My fiancé said, "He's not someone you brag about." I replied, "Then we are done for good today." Then I walked out quietly, called in a favor to put my work in the spotlight, and I just watched as she heard my name praised on the local news before I laid the ring on her counter at home. Welcome back to AF Tales. In today's story, we explore this moment. My fiancée told her friends loudly. "He means well, but he's not exactly someone you brag about." She didn't know I heard every word. I didn't confront her, just made one phone call she never expected. 2 days later, she walked into her apartment, and the moment she heard the voice coming from her living room, she stopped breathing. As you listen, think about what you would have done after hearing that conversation. I am Owen, 30, and 3 months ago I learned that some people only show you who they really are when they think you are not listening. My fiancée, Cassandra, and I had been together for 3 years, engaged for 6 months. We met at a mutual friend's birthday party and started dating a few weeks later. She worked in marketing for a tech startup. I am a civil engineer for the city. Our worlds were different, but I thought we made it work. I proposed last October at the Botanical Gardens where we had our 3rd date. Down on one knee by the fountain, ring in hand. She said yes, cried, and posted about it right away. Her friends filled the comments with hearts and congratulations. From the outside, it looked perfect. On the inside, there were small signs I brushed off. Little comments about my job being stable but not exciting. Questions about whether I would ever move to the private sector, where the real money is. Suggestions that I should dress more like her friends' boyfriends. I told myself she just wanted the best for me. It is easy to mistake pressure for support when you want things to work. The moment that broke everything happened on a Saturday evening in late February. Cassandra was hosting a girls' night at her apartment. She lived alone downtown. I had my own place about 20 minutes away. She invited me to stop by around 10, after they had finished dinner and were just hanging out. I finished a work thing earlier than expected and showed up at 9:47, a little ahead of schedule. I had a key, so I let myself in quietly, planning to surprise her. Voices and laughter came from the living room. As I was taking off my jacket in the entryway, I heard my name. "But seriously, Owen is so sweet," one of her friends said. "I think it was Jessica. You guys are cute together." "Yeah," Cassandra said. There was a pause. Then she kept talking in a tone I had never heard from her before. "I mean, he means well, but he is not exactly someone you brag about, you know." The other women laughed, not nervous laughter, real, easy laughter. Another voice, probably her friend Melissa, asked, "What do you mean?" "Just, he is a city engineer," Cassandra said. "He wears polo shirts and khakis. He drives a 6-year-old Honda. He is fine. He is stable and reliable, and he will be a good dad someday, but he is not exactly impressive." Like, when Amanda posts about Marcus' promotion to partner, or when you talk about Ethan's startup getting funded, I am just sitting there like, "My fiancé fixed a water main this week." More laughter. My hand froze on my jacket zipper. "So why are you marrying him?" Jessica asked. "Because I am 29 and I want to be married by 30, Cassandra said. "Owen checks the boxes. He is responsible. He wants kids. He is not going to cheat or flake out. He is safe, but impressive, no." I stood there in the entryway for maybe 30 seconds, just taking that in. Then I quietly put my jacket back on, opened the door, left the apartment without a sound, and drove home. Sometimes silence after a betrayal is not weakness. It is the space you give yourself to decide what kind of life you want next. I sat in my driveway for about 20 minutes, staring at the dashboard. Then I picked up my phone and made a call I had been avoiding. My mom had been gently asking for months if I was sure about Cassandra. Not in a controlling way, just soft questions. Does she make you happy? Do you feel appreciated? Does she respect what you do? I always defended Cassandra, told my mom she was being overprotective. "Mom, are you free to talk?" I asked. I told her everything, what I had heard, how I had been feeling, the small comments that now made more sense. She listened without interrupting. That is one of the things I love most about her. When I finished, she was quiet for a moment. What do you want to do? She asked. I do not know, I said. Part of me wants to confront her. Part of me wants to just end it and walk away. Owen, honey, she said, I am going to tell you something and I need you to really hear me. Your father was a city engineer for 35 years. He wore polo shirts and khakis. He drove sensible cars. He built half the infrastructure this city runs on. He was never flashy, never rich, never had a fancy title. But he was proud of his work, and I was proud of him every single day. If someone cannot see the value in what you do, they do not deserve to be part of your life. I did not say anything. I could not. You do not have to decide tonight, she said, but you need to decide if you want to spend your life with someone who sees you as checking boxes instead of as a partner she is lucky to have. We talked for another hour. By the end, I knew what I needed to do. I just needed to figure out how. The next morning, Sunday, Cassandra texted around 10. Hey babe, sorry you could not make it last night. Girls got too rowdy. Want to do brunch? I stared at that text for a long time. Either she did not remember I was supposed to come by or she remembered and was waiting to see if I would bring it up. I replied, cannot today. Have some stuff to take care of. Talk later. I spent that Sunday thinking and planning. Monday morning, I called my mom again. I need to do something, I said, and I need your help. I explained what I had in mind. She was quiet for a second, then she actually laughed. Owen, that is either brilliant or petty, she said. Maybe both. Is that a yes? I asked. That is absolutely a yes, she said. Here is the thing about my mom. She has connections. She was a school principal for 20 years before retiring. She knows everyone and has a way of making things happen. My call Saturday night was not just to vent. It was to set something in motion. Mom has a friend, Patricia, on the city council. For years, Patricia has tried to get me to speak at community events about infrastructure and city planning. I always said no. Public speaking is not my favorite and I did not crave attention. Monday morning, I called her. That offer to speak at events, I said, is it still open? Of course, she said. What changed your mind? Let us just say I am ready to be more visible, I said. What do you have coming up? She listed a few things. One stood out. A community town hall at the Civic Center on Wednesday evening about new infrastructure projects. Big crowd expected. Local news coverage. The mayor would be there. I will do it, I said. Fantastic, she said. Can you prepare remarks about the water treatment project you led last year? That is exactly what we want to highlight. I could do that. That project had taken 18 months. It prevented what could have been a major public health crisis and saved the city millions. It was not flashy, it was not viral, but it mattered. I spent Monday and Tuesday preparing, not just my speech, but the new frame I needed for my own life. I invited some colleagues, mentioned there would be press. I contacted local news stations, offered to talk about the project. I made sure the presentation would include photos and data that showed the scale of what we had done. Tuesday evening, I texted Cassandra. Hey, something came up with work. Might be busy the next few days. Can we move our Thursday dinner? She replied, sure, no problem, everything okay. Yeah, I wrote back, just some high visibility stuff I will explain later. Wednesday afternoon, I made one more call to Cassandra's best friend, Melissa. Hey Melissa, it is Owen. Random question. You still doing freelance photography? She was. I hired her to photograph the town hall event, told her I wanted professional shots for my LinkedIn and for the city. She agreed and said she would be there at 6:30. I did not tell her the event would be on the news. I did not tell her exactly what I would be talking about. She would find out. The town hall started at 7. I arrived at 6:15 in my best suit. My mom sat in the front row. Patricia introduced me to the mayor, other council members, and reporters from 2 TV stations and the local paper. At 7:30, I went on stage. I spoke about the water treatment project, about aging infrastructure, about the invisible work that keeps drinking water safe. About the team I led, the problems we solved, the hazard we prevented. I showed photos of huge pipes, filtration systems, lab results. I explained what would have happened if we had not done our job. About 200 people were there. They actually applauded. At the end, the mayor shook my hand on stage and called me an asset to our city. A reporter from Channel 7 interviewed me afterward, asked about future projects. I answered as calmly as I could. Melissa was there, camera in hand, capturing all of it. I watched her face change as she realized what she was seeing. The same guy her best friend had dismissed as not exactly someone you brag about was being publicly thanked for work that protected the whole city. Sometimes life hands you a mirror. Not to show off, but to remind you who you really are when someone else has tried to shrink you. I talked with people for another 30 minutes, then went home around 9. I did not text Cassandra. I just waited. The next morning, I woke up to 17 text messages. 12 from Cassandra, 5 from friends and coworkers who had seen me on the news. Her messages started around 630. "Oh my God, I just saw you on the morning news. Why did you not tell me you were speaking at the town hall? Owen, this is amazing. Why were you being so quiet about it? Call me when you wake up. Seriously, call me." I did not call. I got ready, went to work, had a normal Thursday. She called 3 times that morning. I declined each call. Around 11, I texted, "In meetings all day, can we talk tonight?" She replied right away. "Yes. Come over after work. I am making dinner." At 5:30, I went to her apartment. She opened the door with a big smile and hugged me. "Why did you not tell me about the town hall?" she asked. "I would have been there. I am so proud of you." I stepped inside but did not really hug her back. "Are you?" I asked. "Of course," she said. "You were on the news. The mayor called you an asset. This is huge." "It is the same work I have always done," I said. "The same job you told your friends is not exactly something to brag about." The color drained from her face. "What?" she said quietly. "Saturday night," I said. "I came to your place around 9:45. I heard you talking in the living room. I heard every word." She opened her mouth, then closed it. "You said I am fine but not impressive," I continued. "That I check boxes. That I am stable and reliable and safe but not someone you are proud of. That when your friends talk about their partners, you have nothing to say because all I do is fix water mains." "I did not mean it like that," she said, eyes filling with tears. "How did you mean it?" I asked, because it sounded pretty clear. "You are marrying me because you want to be married by 30, not because you actually respect me or what I do." She started crying. "I was just venting," she said. I was frustrated. "Frustrated because what?" I asked. "Because I am not flashy enough, because I do not have a startup. Cassandra, I spent 18 months leading a team that prevented a public health crisis. I do work that actually matters. And you acted like it was something to be embarrassed about." "No," she said. "I just meant." "I know exactly what you meant," I said. "You meant every word. The only thing that changed between Saturday and today is that other people noticed my work. The job did not change. My value did not change. The cameras changed." She was sobbing now. "Please, Owen," she said. "I am sorry. I was being stupid and shallow. I do respect you. I do." "Do you?" I asked. "Or do you only respect me when I am on TV?" She did not answer. I took the ring off my finger and set it on her kitchen counter. "I think we are done," I said. "No, please do not do this," she said. "I love you. I made a mistake." "You made a choice," I said. "You chose to see me as less because my work is not shiny. You chose to tell your friends you were settling. That is not just a bad moment. That is how you see me." I took a breath. I need someone who is proud of me when there are no cameras, when I am just doing my job in a polo shirt and khakis. Someone who sees the value in what I do even when no one is applauding. That is not you. I walked out. She did not follow. That was 3 months ago. For 2 weeks, Cassandra kept calling and texting. Long apologies, promises to change, pleas for another chance. I mostly did not respond. Finally, I sent one message. "I am not angry, I just know what I need and it is not this. I hope you find what you are looking for." She took down the engagement post. Her friends Jessica and Melissa reached out. Both apologized and said they had called her out. They told me they had not agreed with what she said that night. I appreciated it, but I did not get too involved. They had their own friendship to sort out. My mom asked me last week if I had any regrets about how I handled it. "Not really," I said. Maybe the town hall felt a bit petty, but it also felt important. I needed to prove to myself that my work matters. "It does matter," she said, "and you do not need cameras to prove it, but I understand why you needed that moment." The truth is, I did not do the town hall to hurt Cassandra. I did it because her words showed me how I had been thinking about myself. I had been apologizing for not being more impressive by her standards. I had started to see my own work through her lens. The town hall reminded me why I chose this career. Infrastructure is not glamorous, but it is essential. Cities do not run without people willing to do the unglamorous work. There is real dignity in that. I am doing better now. I am dating someone new. We met at a community meeting for another city project. She is a landscape architect. Our first date was mostly about storm water management and native plants. She thought my work was fascinating. She asked detailed questions. She wanted to understand. She has met my mom. They talk about city planning like it is entertainment. Last week, she came with me to a site visit. She watched me inspect part of the water system in a safety vest and work boots. Afterward, she said it was attractive how competent and passionate I am about my job. That is the difference. Cassandra needed the world to tell her I was worth bragging about. This woman already knows. And maybe that is the real lesson here. Do not stay with someone who only sees your value when other people clap. Stay with someone who sees it on a quiet Tuesday when you are just coming home from work. Here are some lessons from this story. Lesson 1. When someone talks about you with disrespect behind your back, believe that version of them. That is the person you would be marrying. Lesson 2. Your work does not need to be flashy or glamorous to be valuable. If a partner cannot see that, it is their limitation, not yours. Lesson 3. Being safe and reliable is not an insult. It is the foundation of a stable life. The wrong person will mock it. The right person will appreciate it. Lesson 4. Public recognition does not change your worth. It just reveals it to people who refuse to see it before. Lesson 5. You deserve someone who is proud of you in private long before the cameras show up. What would you have done if you heard your fiancé say you were not someone to brag about? Would you have confronted them on the spot, tried to work through it, or walked away like Owen did? Have you ever had a partner who only valued you once other people did? Share your thoughts in the comments.